The holiday celebrations, they're over. Winter is here with cold temperatures. It gets dark so early. Are you fighting the winter and post-holiday blues, or is it something more? Well, we're here with Dr. Hiran Umrania of Cone Health, Alamance Regional Psychiatric Associates, and we're talking about the winter blues and so much more. All right, first to start off with, it's got to be pretty normal to feel a little down after the holidays.
Yes, it is fairly common. We don't have specific data, but it is fairly common to feel sad or empty following the holidays.
All the big hoopla's over and all that other kind of stuff, and now we're getting back into, regular kind of life. So is there a length of time of feeling this way that may indicate that maybe it's more than just the post-holiday blues?
Yeah, that's good question. So holiday blues are usually short-lived. So people used to get back, people usually get back to their normal self within a few days. However, if you notice yourself being persistently low or depressed, or if you are noticing that it is hard to get through your day, or if you are having a persistent tiredness or having difficulties at work, then it can be a sign of something more, or such as clinical depression.
All right, and that's when we need to probably talk to someone, and that is okay that we need to talk to someone.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something a little bit different. Maybe it's seasonal affective disorder. What is that? How common is it?
So seasonal affective disorder is actually a form of clinical depression. The only difference here is that it is seasonal in pattern. So usually symptoms start around late fall. It tends to get worse around January or February, and then it does get better around spring or early summer. And it is seasonal, like it tends to happen every year around the same time. About 1 in 20 Americans will, have full-blown seasonal affective disorder, and many more will have winter blues, or what we call a milder version of seasonal affective disorder. The symptoms, as I said, it is a form of clinical depression. So usually, you have persistent low mood or depressed mood. If you are, having difficulties enjoying things that you would have otherwise enjoyed, sometimes you have weight gain or weight loss. Sometimes you are eating too much or eating too less. Sometimes you are sleeping too much, or you have difficulty sleeping. You may feel like very tired. You may have feelings of worthlessness or guilt. And worse, you may have thoughts of suicide. And we are looking for 5 of these symptoms for at least 2 weeks or more. But like I said, it's a form of clinical depression with seasonal affective disorder. It is a seasonal pattern to it.
It's not just something that's all in your head. It really is something that is affecting all sorts of things within your body. Now, you think about it that mostly for adults and things like that, but can kids get that too?
No, kids gets affected as well as adults. Kids may look more irritable than sad. They may be more sensitive to criticism. There are certain warning signs that you want to look for. Kids usually withdraw from their social interactions with the peers. They may not do well academically. So those are the things that you want to look for in kids as well.
All right, so if you're feeling that in yourself, that people recognize some of the things that you talked about, or they recognize that in their kids, what should they do?
Yeah, I think as you pointed out, recognizing, right? So number one thing is recognizing symptoms, taking take a break from your busy schedule and reflect on it. Are you experiencing any of the symptoms we just talked, right? And if there is a seasonal pattern to it. So I think number one is recognizing symptoms. Number two is light. Light seems to be at the heart of this disorder. You want to get as much of natural light as possible. Even if it is overcast outside, you're still getting the light from sun. The other solution is a light therapy through a light box, or what we call a SAD lamp. SAD stands for seasonal affective disorder. You want to get a lamp that is safe and effective and of a therapeutic grade. There are various models out there in the market, but we recommend the lamp with 10,000 lux of bright light that is delivered to you at 12 to 18 inches. You want to get at least 30 minutes of light therapy before 8 o'clock in the morning. Research suggests that if you do it for about 2 weeks or so, your symptoms substantially improves with it. I think number 3 is exercise. Exercise is an important antidepressant. when you're feeling down, you don't want to do exercise, but if you get through it, you always end up feeling better. So, try to get active as much as possible. If you stay in the bed, you may feel more worse. Number four is mindful eating. So people with seasonal affective disorder tend to crave for more carbohydrates. What ends up happening is that you end up gaining a lot of weight during the winter months. It may be harder to get rid of it during the summer, and that pattern continues. And over the years, you end up gaining a lot of weight, which has its own risks, right? Number five is, I think, reducing the stress. So stress seems to worsen the symptoms of seasonal affective disorder. So you want to take a look at your plate and see what you can, prioritize, what you can get rid of. And last thing, I think, if you are overwhelmed, if it is impacting your work, your family life, you need to talk to your doctor. There are effective treatments such as talk therapy and antidepressant medications, which can really alleviate your symptoms.
All right, so those 5 different things right there, which are great, and we're going to have those online for folks as well. We're going to have a quick break. We're going to come back and we're going to talk a little bit more about this, like how you can get care if you need it for seasonal depression or clinical depression or just the plain old winter blues. We'll be back in just a few minutes.